They want it both ways. These people were so mean to us and poor us, and we don't want all this attention. And then let me write a book about how much we don't want attention.
The clip lasts 6 seconds, yet it set the internet on fire. Meghan Markle sits opposite self-made billionaire Jamie Kern-Lima, voice trembling, eyes glistening, except no tear ever falls. Within hours, #DryCry is trending, and millions are wondering the same thing. Has the Duchess of Sussex turned heartbreak into performance art? But that silent question was only the spark. When behavior analyst Scott Rouse slowed the interview to half speed, he noticed something the live audience missed. Meghan's voice cracks on cue, yet her facial muscles stay relaxed. No tightening around the eyes, no reddening nose. Classic tells of real sorrow. Instead, she blinks rapidly, glances sideways, then dabs a spotless tissue. Rouse calls the display emotion without embodiment, a polite way of saying acting. TikTok sleuths splice the scene beside an old Soho House Toronto vlog where Meghan brags, "Give me 3 seconds, left eye, single tear." The match is uncanny, and the comment section erupts.
Well, it was a Channel 5 investigation as to the state of the Sussex's finances. Now, we know they didn't move to a 2-bedroom cottage somewhere in the middle of nowhere. They're living in quite a large mansion in Montecito.
Yet drama loves a sequel, and the very next frame delivered one. Cue the card. As Kern-Lima thanks her guest, a pre-recorded montage rolls. Rustic gift basket, pastel ribbon, handwritten note, and the signature that launched 1,000 headlines. With the compliments of Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Sussex. Protocol watchdogs gasp. Back in 2020, Harry and Meghan agreed to shelve the HRH styling for anything that even smelled commercial. Tabloids pounce, but the real gut punch lands a week later when the Express releases a snap poll. 97% of 4,500 respondents want King Charles to pull the titles for good, while royal insiders whisper that Prince William won't blink once the crown is his. For the Sussexes, titles aren't just honorifics. They're branding rocket fuel. And right as the fuel catches fire, Meghan unveils her newest venture.
And one of the things that Prince Harry made very public when he left the royal family, one of the things that he was quite disgruntled about was the fact that his father basically cut him off financially. So really they were in a state where they had to make a lot of money and a lot of money.
Remember American Riviera Orchard? The Montecito chic label soft-launched with gold foil jam jars. In March, the USPTO flagged the trademark for likelihood of confusion, effectively stalling the rollout. By May, a pivot appears. The website quietly redirects to as ever. Same cursive, new name, fresh paperwork. Then comes the apricot spread. Only a few dozen jars hit the site at $9 a pop, each boxed like wedding favors. They vanish in under 5 minutes, igniting headlines about unmatched demand. Jam expert Donna Collins rains on the parade. Runny, underpectined, and probably pesticide-laden. A spread because it can't legally be jam. Suddenly, the sellout looks less like market frenzy and more like scarcity theater. Make 10, sell 10, claim a miracle. But product criticism is peanuts compared to what comes next.
He blundered in a video and said, the Netflix deal was an idea that was pitched to him, and he had to basically pay for his family's security, which I'm sure if you're giving the Sussexes $100 million.
February's soft launch of As Ever featured an elegant crest, intertwined grapevines, coronet outline, Latin motto. Fine, until the council of a medieval town in northern Spain noticed it mirrored their 750-year-old coat of arms. Lawyers fired warning letters, the palace stayed silent, Twitter didn't. Memes of dueling crests flood feeds, and Spanish press call the move an unlicensed royal replica. Even fans admit the optics are uncharmed. Authentic lifestyle brands rarely begin with cease and desist notices. March brings Netflix's With Love, Meghan, a glossy cookcraft self-care series. Episode 2 ends with a pastel-lit tutorial. Himalayan salt, lavender, arnica, my nightly ritual. Meghan coos. 1 month later, Maryland resident Robin Patrick files notice of intent to sue for up to $10 million, claiming the soak caused burns and ulcers aggravated by diabetes.
A dollar deal, you're not happy to hear that the people only took it just so they could pay for lifelong security. But they were in a state where they had to make money, and they had to make money fast. It also explored the state of their finances.
She alleges no safety disclaimer appeared in the show. Netflix lawyers argue user error. Archewell remains mum. Regardless of outcome, the lawsuit cements a new media narrative. Every Markle pivot seems to spawn legal turbulence, and the older rumors refuse to die. Scroll far enough through #MarkleFiles tweets and you'll stumble on the Yacht Girl saga, claims that in her hustling actress days, Meghan attended elite Mediterranean yacht parties that also drew Jeffrey Epstein and Prince Andrew. No verified passenger logs, no photographs with identifying metadata. Yet the story sails on, boosted by blurry beach shots and tabloid déjà vu. Even skeptics admit the timeline. Croatia's Yacht Week, summer 2016, overlaps Harry's first text messages. Coincidence or calculated proximity? There's no hard proof, only smoke, and smoke keeps audiences clicking. Long before Suits fame, or so the tale goes, Meghan pinned a boyish red-haired prince onto a dream board. The claim comes from a friend of ex-husband Trevor Engelson, repeated in late-night interviews and niche podcasts. Archived snapshots of Meghan's defunct lifestyle blog, The Tig Add Fuel, glowing essays on the magic of Kensington Palace, throwback selfies at Buckingham's gates. She later told Oprah she'd never Googled Harry. The internet side-eyes in unison. Allegations remain unverified. The Sussexes decline comment.
Meghan Markle's estimated net worth from her work from Suits and her lifestyle brand was about £5 million. And we know that Prince Harry was left inheritance by his late mother, Princess Diana, as well as the Queen Mother.
Each controversy alone might fade. Together, they form a mosaic of curated authenticity, a phrase at war with itself. Pollsters note a 20-point plunge in UK favorability since 2020, and a steep slide in US sentiment since the Spotify deal imploded. Royal commentator Daisy McAndrew summarizes the palace mood. At some point, the crown must safeguard the brand, even if that means cutting family ties.
Estimates around sort of between 20 and 30 million pounds. But we know that they have quite an expensive mortgage on their house. Their security is quite a hefty sum as well. Annually, we know that Prince Harry doesn't really go to many places without a full-car convoy.
Meanwhile, Netflix reportedly reviews future seasons of With Love. Meghan, in light of the bath salt claims, Spotify passes on a reboot, and trademark lawyers scour as ever for fresh infringements. Insiders whisper that a full title revocation may land the minute William ascends, crisp and clinical. So were Meghan's podcast tears real? Maybe. But in 2025, sincerity is the Sussexes' scarcest commodity. Each new pivot, be it jam, crest, or confessional interview, arrives wrapped in two questions. Is this the authentic Meghan, or just the next episode? Until those answers separate performance from person, the Duchess of Drama will keep the spotlight she claims to shun, crying on cue, jar in hand, forever one scene away from the next plot twist.